can't do this anymore.
Kim Kardashian is once again facing criticism for her problematic parenting style. She recently took North to New York City, where a shocking clip was filmed of her knowingly putting her daughter in a potentially dangerous situation. But what exactly did Kim do? The truth about how she jeopardized North's well-being and why she took that risk is seriously disturbing, so let's get into it. According to People magazine, Kim recently went to New York to make an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. She decided to bring 11-year-old North on the trip, but what happened when they got to the hotel they were staying at was absolutely bizarre. In a video that was uploaded to the Hollywood Fixes YouTube channel, the vehicle that Kim and North were riding in had just come to a stop outside the main doors of the Ritz-Carlton. On both sides of the hotel's entrance, fans and paparazzi were waiting for the mother-daughter duo to leave the vehicle.
What's up, North?
People were obviously excited when North and her dog Sushi made their way toward the hotel. However, she probably felt pretty anxious from having a bunch of complete strangers yell her name just to try to get her to look their way. But then things got even crazier.
Hey, North, over here. Thank you. Can we get a quick selfie real quick? I love your puppy.
North's eyes were darting around, and she looked really overwhelmed by all of the noise and flashing lights. Not to mention, it must be so weird when random people ask to take pictures with her and talk to her like they know her on a personal level. To make matters worse, North had to walk straight toward the crowd to get into the hotel, and she didn't even have anybody beside her. Meanwhile, Kim hadn't even gotten out of the vehicle yet, but she didn't seem concerned at all, considering she hadn't even been looking in her daughter's direction to see if she made it inside the hotel. Instead, almost immediately after North left the car, Kim waved over a guy who had been standing off to the side. He had been waiting with a pen and something for her to autograph, so she had one of her staffers pass her the item to sign before she eventually got out of the car. On one hand, it was nice of Kim to autograph something for one of her fans, but it was also really unsettling that she seemed fine with her child being completely out of her sight, and what happened next made the situation even more nerve-wracking.
Thanks for signing, Kim. All right, man. You're the best. You're the best, Kim.
Apparently, Kim wanted to look her absolute best before walking the 10 or 15 feet into the hotel for some reason, so her stylist started retouching her hair. But even after she finished signing her autograph and had her staffer pass the item back to her fan, she still didn't go inside to check on North. Kim continued to slightly adjust the straps on her dress, and her stylist kept touching up her hair, even though it didn't seem to change her look at all. After what seemed like forever, she was finally ready to make her way into the hotel.
Kim right here. Kim right here.
But let's be real. There was no reason why Kim couldn't have simply followed North and walked with her into the hotel. After she got out of the vehicle, she basically just stood there with a few of her staffers. Sadly, North didn't appear to have anyone that was actually looking out for her. After the alarming video was filmed, thankfully, North was spotted walking in the city with her mom and Sushi. But just because nothing tragic had happened when Kim sent North out on her own to navigate through paparazzi and into the hotel doesn't mean it was okay. If something terrible had happened after North walked into the hotel, Kim wouldn't have known for a while. At that point, she would have had no idea where her daughter had last been seen. Why on earth would a parent even take a chance when it comes to their child's safety and well-being? This clearly wasn't a one-time thing or a rare accident either. Unfortunately, Kim has either let North out of her sight for an extended period of time or has totally abandoned her in unfamiliar places on more than one occasion. In fact, what happened the following night was downright shocking. According to TMZ, North had taken Sushi out for a walk at night without Kim. She allegedly even stopped to do some shopping as well before heading back to the hotel. The outlet stated that North had a security guard with her, but most of the time in the video, there was a lot of distance between them. It's very unlikely that any of Kim's bodyguards would have gone out for a late night walk and shopping trip with North without first talking to Kim about it and getting approval. What kind of parent would allow their child to go out for a walk at night in a neighborhood she doesn't know in New York City? Actually, Kim also did something unbelievably similar a little over a year ago. In May 2023, a heartbreaking clip of North standing by herself on the side of a New York City street went viral. She was only 9 years old at the time, and sadly, she had been ditched outside of the Met Gala by Kim for an absolutely ridiculous reason. Because the event is adults only, North wasn't able to get in and make an appearance on the red carpet alongside her mom, like her mom had allegedly hoped. But instead of bringing her daughter home or making literally any other kind of responsible arrangement, Kim made a selfish and extremely telling decision. Kim chose to simply leave her young child alone outside of the high-profile event just so that she wouldn't miss miss any photo opportunities on the red carpet. North seemed so scared as she looked around nervously at the paparazzi and random people who were walking by and taking pictures of her. Kim had taken her daughter to the Met Gala just to completely abandon her as soon as she learned that North wouldn't be allowed to walk the red carpet. She selfishly prioritized making an appearance at the event over her own kids' safety, comfort, and well-being. But even though Kim ended up being called out on a lot of internet forums, and many social media users accused her of being an awful mom, that clearly didn't faze her. If she really cared about North and was looking out for her best interests, she would actually try to protect her. Needless to say, when Kim dragged her daughter to New York recently just to neglect her yet again, it spoke volumes. The level of carelessness and lack of concern she showed for North was honestly disturbing. So why exactly does she keep abandoning her young child in situations that are potentially super dangerous? What makes Kim's choices and behavior even more infuriating is how obvious it is that she cares more about herself, her fame, and staying relevant than she cares about her kids. But it turns out that that's an extremely common trait of narcissistic parents. Chelsea Cole, a psychotherapist specializing in narcissistic harm, explained to USA Today that narcissistic parents don't view their children as individuals with their own free will. Instead, they see their kids as extensions of themselves. Chelsea also revealed that unfortunately, children are usually given a mold to fit in by their narcissistic parents rather than given encouragement to get to know more about themselves. In true narcissistic fashion, Kim is unbelievably self-centered and most likely views North as a marketing tool to grow her empire, as well as the family's wealth, influence, and fame. That's almost certainly why she has already filled multiple trademarks in her daughter's name. According to the U.S. Sun, in March 2023, Kim filed 4 trademarks in North's name. The first is a beauty line that already has plans for an expansion into fragrances and hair care, while the second is for a toy business. The third trademark is for advertising services, and the fourth involves an entertainment and pop culture network. A few years earlier, in 2019, Kim filed other trademarks in North's name for clothing-related businesses. At the time, North was only 7 years old, but instead of being able to act like a normal 7-year-old kid, she was being pushed into doing whatever Kim wanted her to do. It's no secret that Kim exploits North in different ways, including dragging her to events like she's an accessory. Sadly, it seems like Kim is much more concerned about monetizing her daughter than actually treating her like a human, which is clear every single time she abandons or ignores her. According to what a source told Life and Style, Kim has always wanted North to be extremely famous, but allegedly, she puts way too much pressure on her daughter for seriously selfish reasons. The insider claimed that Kim would love it if North already had her own reality show, clothing line, and an established brand. That way, Kim could follow in Chris's footsteps and maintain her level of wealth by managing North and taking a cut of her pay. But for now, Kim's master plan to make North insanely famous is to keep her in the spotlight and make sure she stays relevant. It's devastating for North that her own mother exploits her when it's convenient and then ditches her when she feels like it. It's infuriating knowing that Kim will probably continue to put North in potentially unsafe situations and abandon her because of how self-absorbed she is. Not only that, but if Kim truly is a narcissist, she's gonna keep viewing North as an extension of herself. If Kim wasn't so obsessed with fame, wealth, and staying relevant, maybe she would actually leave her daughter at home and let her act like a normal kid for once. Hopefully for North's sake, Kim will stop risking her safety without anything terrible happening. Anyway, now that we've gotten into Kim's disturbing pattern of neglecting North, I want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on North going for a walk at night in New York City without Kim? What do you think about the video of Kim standing outside while having her hair retouched after she had North get out of the vehicle and go into the hotel by herself? Let me know in the comments below.